All right, my sweet boy, we're going to eat. I got my brand new quince sheets. 100% organic cotton, made in India. All things that I liked. But, and they have a 365-day return policy. Include, and they know you're going to wash the bedding. The whole point is you wash it, make sure it's not shrinking or whatever. And the very first time I'm putting it on the bed, trying to get it over the fitted sheet, of course, the thing rips. I'm like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. Now do I just keep it anyway? It's indicative of my life, though. It's just indicative of my life. That's all. That's all I have to say. Can't have anything actually nice. I just washed this floor on my hands and knees, and I don't know what she does because I don't pay attention, but I just know it's not me doing it. I find these marks on the floor. Maybe she's spilling and not wiping it up, or thinking she's wiping it up and not doing it good enough. Cause it's just indicative, that's all. It's indicative of we can't have anything even remotely nice. I just want sheets that will stay on the bed. I already washed and dried these sheets on low, and the fitted sheet does go over, Whereas the other one, like I told you, it's not even fitting right on my mom's bed. I paid a lot for those sheets. I don't know. I don't know anything. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. My mother and I might be diagnosed officially mentally ill, but there are too many people, especially these days, that they might not be officially diagnosed, and you don't know if they are or aren't. Let's get real here. But they're nuts. Screaming at me outside your window at 11:30 in the morning because I'm walking down a public street and you're trying to work from home and you have all your windows and doors open because it's beautiful out, and then when I don't respond like you think I should, like when I don't cower, when I know my rights, and when I'm like, you're nuts. I didn't even say that. I said I didn't. It's not like she was nice. It's so stupid of people too. Like I said, people, I don't care if they're diagnosed or not. People have screws loose. I guess where he bumped his head there, it's not going to grow back. Hair, so it's going to be a mark. And I saw a pug puppy. I was walking over too. A pug puppy, 5 months old. Like my pug is an old man now. I didn't say that. I said he's an old man. I didn't say he's on his way out, but that's reality. Dealing with Omar, dealing with my mom. Had a long, long day yesterday. Had to take buses, long ride. I had to get to my eye appointment. And my prescription usually changes. It's never not changed in all these years. Maybe once it did change. I don't know. It didn't change at all. But then he's given me a new kind of test. And I'm like, what is this new test where I'm supposed to match stuff up on the screen or something? And so he's like, well, when someone gets older and they have astigmatism or whatnot, I do this test. And I'm like, what is this? I knew it wasn't a usual test. And it's to see if you need a prism. And there was barely any difference at all. But I'm just wondering if it's good to have that, or if it's better to make your eyes work harder. At one point, I know this, he stopped, but he was trying out those glasses that are supposed to make your eyes stronger so you don't need glasses, And I'm just wondering, if it ain't broke, why fix it? If it's nothing noticeable, why give me the prism, And since my prescription didn't change, I can technically just keep the old glasses anyway, not even use the new ones with the person. It takes so long to get to this place, I might not have him anymore, even though I've had him for a long time. But I had him when he was closer, and then I followed him to this place, but it's a very long, long day, and I had to leave the beast, the baby, home all day alone. And unfortunately, he went pee-pee, he did not go poo-poo ahead of time, and he woke up just a few, because I had my mom was home, I had her check. He woke up just a few hours after I left, and I wasn't going to be home anytime soon. And I had my mom, which I don't want to do. I don't want her in my bedroom. She can hurt herself. I don't want her really touching Omar at all. But if Omar is upside down and crying, I have to have her touch him. I just have to risk it, you know. I still need to try out the neck, the donut thing, or the Elizabethan collar, and, you know, just for those rare occasions that I have to leave for more than a few hours. He'll sleep, you know, for a few hours, but he held it at least. He went to the bathroom, you know, as soon as I got home, because he didn't want to go on himself. He didn't want to go in his cage, you know, in his pen. Yeah, it wasn't that. It could be the opposite, because there's a lot of people, if you have the nerve to shout out your window when somebody's walking down a public street and you don't want to hear what they're saying, whatever they're saying, talking to a friend about personal stuff on the phone, whatever, it doesn't matter. You tune it out, close your windows and doors. But she wasn't nice about it. It's not like she said, you know, Laura, I'm on an important phone call. Could you keep it down, please? No. Vicious, indignant, screaming at me. Can you take that somewhere else, please? I'm trying to work. Oh my God, fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you. You know, that's not what you do to your next door neighbor. You get more flies with honey than vinegar. And then, of course, I'm going to be like, yeah, you're not going to tell me what to do. And then she's like, I'll call the police. You know what, Laura? I'm going to call the police. Good. They'll laugh at you. Call the police. They'll laugh at you. They'll laugh at you. They'll laugh at you. I don't want the police coming around. That's the problem. I don't want the police coming around because they have to respond. They don't have to respond. I can't stand it. Plus, people can lie about you. You know, people do things that I would never do, including lie. And I'm left, you've got to fucking be kidding me. I'm going through hell in this life. I can't even briefly make noise walking by someone's house because they don't want to hear what I am saying. Again, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times out here. I might be diagnosed. My mother might be diagnosed, but there are more people that are nuttier than anything and do things that I would never do, that my mom and I would never do, okay? Ever in a million years. I've heard people doing construction at 7 in the morning, okay, 7. Not even waiting to a respectable 8 or something. 7 in the fucking morning. I know I'm not exaggerating because I looked at the time. Because it woke me up from a sound sleep with all my windows and doors closed, okay? It was loud as fucking hell. And technically, they're probably not supposed to be starting that loud construction at 7 in the morning, but who's going to complain? Nobody. And she's going to shout at me outside my fucking... when I'm walking down the street or I'm standing there in front of her because I don't want my mom to hear what I'm saying. It wasn't going to last forever, but even if it did last forever, it's my business. It's not hers to... Who does it? Who thinks they have a right to? Clearly, she's insane because she didn't drop it. Then she said she's going to call the police on me. At 11:30 in the morning. I need to stress, 11:30, the middle of the day, 11:30 in the morning. The fucking crazy neighbor female is working from home and doesn't want to hear what I'm briefly saying on the phone because I'm too loud because she's apparently queen of the universe. The sick thing is, the police will come. That's what's so sick. I don't like police. I avoid police. And you're going to call the police for no reason? When you have no leg to stand on? Then my good friend, the one that helped me out with my mom, recent bad breakdown, okay? She was enraged on my behalf, and she's like, you need to blast your music in the middle of the day and show that bitch who's boss. Because you don't talk to me like that. You don't talk to me like that. You don't fucking talk to me like that. I'm not your kid. I'm not your whatever, you know? Unreal. Unbelievable that she thinks she has the right to do that and use my name, too. Fuck you, cunt. The scariest thing is she thought she was in the right. She wouldn't have threatened to call the police if she didn't think she was in the right. That's the scariest thing. That's the scariest thing of all, is she literally thought she had a right to tell me because I'm disturbing her inside her house with the windows open when I'm walking down a fucking public street. She had the right to say something, and when I didn't respond the way she wanted to, when I didn't cower, she literally said, you know what, Laura, I'm going to call the cops. You know I'm going to tell people, anyone I can tell. I'm not going to tell my mom. I'm not going to upset my mother. I'm not going to say anything to the woman either. My friend said, don't say anything to her. I'm not going to escalate it, but I'm damn well going to tell everybody about her insanity. Again, we're diagnosed and she's nuts, okay? 11:30 in the morning, 11:30 in the morning, 11:30 in the morning. Not even like whatever time. I don't know the legal time. I know at night it's 10, but I'm not going to be making noise at 10 o'clock at night anyway. But it's 11:30 in the morning. It's not even like 7 or 8 or something. It's 11:30. 11:30. You cannot tell somebody on a public street, take it somewhere else. You're disturbing me. You're disturbing me. I'm the queen of the universe and I'm sleeping. Or I'm the queen of the universe and I'm trying to work from home and you're disturbing me. A public street. Making too much noise on a public street, and she thinks she threatened to call the cops. Because I didn't respond. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Go, fuck yourself, fuck yourself, fuck yourself, bitch. Unreal. Yet again, I'm left in a state of shock. Left in a state of shock. I thought it took the cake when they're going to call the police when at least it was nighttime. It wasn't 10 o'clock, but, you know. And remember, it didn't just happen around here. It happened in this area, okay? Happened miles from here. And they did call the cops. People are nuts. But I have to watch out for nutty people because they can lie. If they don't get what they want, they can lie. They can say to the cops that, oh, she was swearing, which I wasn't. I was on a phone call with a professional, leaving a voicemail. And again, the whole ridiculousness of it is if she had nicely said, you know, Laura, I could hear, like, turn it around and say, you know, I can hear every word you're saying, and you might want to tone it down. And then I would probably be like, yeah, I don't really want anyone to hear what my business. I'm not thinking about that, though. I'm not thinking, because in the summer, everyone's going to have their doors and windows open. I've heard things. I've heard things. I've heard things, okay? Let's just put it that way. I've heard arguments. One time this guy was in a huge argument over the phone with his girlfriend, and it had included swearing, and I heard every word. It echoed where he was, and, you know, people have arguments in the summertime. People blast music because they're happy, and, you know, but people walk down the street, and you might, if you keep your windows and doors open, you might hear stuff you don't want to hear. People arguing with someone on the phone, or in this instance, I was angry. But if you're nice about it, someone like me would probably be like, you know, but no, you scream at me outside your window, I'm going to retaliate. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to tell my mom to sit outside with the music blast. Which we have every right to do in the daytime. You cannot control the outside world when you're working from home or when you're sleeping during the day. You can't tell people to tune it down, to turn it down, period. It's the daytime. And my friend who I talked to, like I said, he used to blast his music so loud that you could hear it throughout the neighborhood. He had every right to do so. Do we here, me and my mom. I told her to sit outside on that chair and blast her music through the window. Every time I turn around, I'm left shaking my fucking head in shock. Shocked disbelief, okay? $11:30 in the morning. It was like 8 or 9, but 11:30, it's the middle of the day. She had not a leg to stand on, and is going to say she's going to call the police. That just, your next door neighbor, no respect. She can go fuck herself. Okay? Needless to say, I'm not going to do it again. I'll go in the opposite direction and make as much noise as I want on the phone or what have you in the opposite direction. People are sick in the head. I swear. So I tried to be nice and get my mom a nice pair of respectable shorts that she's slim, you know, they look great on her. They're just not micro shorts that you don't want to go and wear in public, you know. I don't wear those shorts that short in public that she has. They're just a bum around in or wear to the beach or whatever. I got her nice respectable shorts that go, you know, they're form-fitting though, and they go above the knee, and they're jeans, and she doesn't want them. She wants to wear her little skirts. All right, whatever, Mom. I'm not going to buy anything again. I have to return everything I got to Macy's. I have to return it all. I got myself a pair of shorts that I thought were going to be nice. And you can't tell when you order online. And they were not. They were way too big. I don't like them at all. And, you know, I got her those shorts returned. Got a purse that was supposed to be like mine, INC. But I asked the woman, there's a zipper. It has a zipper going around, and what's the purpose of that? It doesn't open up into anything, and I guess that's just a style. I don't like that. So, my mom told me last night she doesn't really want the shorts. I said, Mom, you told me you did. Did you take the tags off? You took the tags off. We have to keep them. Turns out she didn't take the tags off, so we'll return the damn shorts. And I'm hoping I really like that snake skirt. But that doesn't mean I'm going to wear it or it's going to fit me correctly. See, just because I like how it looks in the picture on the model doesn't mean I'll like it on me. So we're not keeping anything. I have to return everything. Literally. I have to keep the little pink shorts because they're last act and I messed up. So I have to keep those. They were $15. Then my mom's like, you paid $20 for these shorts, Mom? That's what things cost. What do you think? Like, you don't know anything about prices, do you? She thinks $20 for a pair of nice jeans shorts. It's too much. Yeah. I don't think so, Mom. I think they're regular $50. Whatever. You're going to use your old purse, we'll save $30 on the new purse. You don't want the shorts, there's another $20, you know. She loves the shoes. The Velcro don't go across all the way, but at least it not going across all the way, it's not all gross. Her old shoes that she wears every day were a couple years old, so got her new shoes. Got her new shoes. Sneakers, New Balance, just like I wear. Mine are way more expensive. Hers are way less attractive, but when you have to wear an inserts and you're a senior or whatever, you can't have the most attractive shoes. You need stuff that you're not going to trip and fall and, you know what I mean? Fuck looking good. I have to be so careful with her. I have to walk on eggshells. Like, I just have to try to be proactive. Like, I bought croissants. We could try to make our own croissant sandwich instead of getting it out, right? I bought croissants. And I make her own food. I make dinner, that's it. She needs to make her own breakfast, her own lunch. So she made egg salad, and I hadn't tried egg salad with the croissant. So I said, can I have a little bite? Well, I bet you know where we're going from here. I bit into shell, and I'm like, and of course I without even thinking, it was impulse. I was like, oh my God, the shell. And of course she gets all offended. There's no shell in my egg salad. And no, and got all upset. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I gotta remember. Gotta remember, Laura, don't eat anything your mother makes. Don't eat anything your mother makes. Don't. And that's why I tell her, but I'm diplomatic about it without her knowing. I don't want her washing things by hand that I use, because she'll think they're nice and clean, put them on the table, and then when they dry, she'll put them in the cabinet and I'll find them dirty. It's better for me to just put it all on me and say, Mama, which is also true, I need to fill up the dishwasher. If you wash all your stuff by hand and I put all my stuff in the dishwasher, I will never have enough to run the dishwasher for my stuff, will I? She's like, no. Okay, so just when I ask you to wash big things like pots and pans or whatever, and then I examine them and make sure they're clean. But if I'm just going to the cabinet to get something, I'm not going to know that she washed it by hand, let it dry, put it away, and I'm none the wiser, and I find it dirty. Okay, so, but I don't want to say to her, you're not getting stuff clean, but I also have a right to not have her wash things and put them away dirty. See. So in the same instance, now I know, I forgot, but she must not notice the shells, that crunch, I guess. I don't know. All I know is either I got the bite with the shell or all of it had shell and she just doesn't notice it, but I do, and I didn't like it. I do not like shells in anything. In my egg salad, in my AA Friday, I don't like shells, okay? So shoot me, sue me, or whatever. I don't like shells. But I don't want to upset my mother. I'm always trying to not upset my mother, okay? It's a 24/7 thing, trying not upset my mother. And I can't always predict what's going to upset her, because I'm also her roommate. I have to tell her shit. I have to tell her shit, okay? I have to tell her shit. Like when she puts a knick-knack on the back of our toilet, and if I have this, you're not supposed to put knickknacks on the back of the toilet. Toilet paper goes there, that's it. You put knickknacks, you're bound to reach for the toilet paper behind you and knock the knickknack over that's glass, okay? That's something like that, okay? I have to tell her things as her roommate. I have to. Okay, we still have 7 minutes. You get what I'm saying? But I don't want to upset her, especially since when she's a little off, and she could be permanently a little off. I believe she's over-medicated, but, what am I going to do? I think it's all a fucking joke. Every time I turn around, I get proof of it. Again, for the millionth time, which isn't the millionth time, but, if you think it's no big deal to take my mom off her Keppra, her non-psychiatric seizure medication she's been on for 3 years that a regular doctor put her on to help prevent seizures, you think that's no big deal, but you think it's life or death that she be on a shitload more psychiatric medication, even though she broke when her shot was reduced, but there's no time. There's no time just to try that out. No, we have to drug my mom to Kingdom Come, and then she has to permanently be on that, Then I just say it's all bullshit. I cry, I call bullshit. Okay? I call bullshit. Anyone who has reasonable brain, 2 brain cells, okay, put together can see that I'm right. It's all arbitrary, it's all sickening, it's all bullshit. For all I know, I was lied to about that too. Where, why didn't you put my mom back on the Keppra? Oh, well, it's not good, she wasn't taking it, it's not good to go off and on it. Yeah, so you say. I think you just don't like it, and you don't care about anything but your precious psych meds, okay? And I don't know that my mom didn't need the Keppra. I don't know that my mom was kept from having a seizure because of the Keppra she was on the past 3 years. That's the unknown, okay? You think she needs to be drugged to kingdom fucking come. And I hate you for that. I hate you. Do I hate the bitch next door? No. I'm just in a state of shock that anybody would do that. I just don't know what people are going to do. You would never imagine someone's walking down a public street, you're sleeping with your windows open or you're working from home. What they're saying on the phone or maybe to their friends or whatever, talking, laughing loud, saying personal shit, who knows, having an argument with their loved one, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, and you think you have the right to shout out your window in the middle of the day that you're trying to work or sleep or whatever, can you take it elsewhere? But not can you. Not nice. It's like, and she might have even said shit, I don't know, but she was livid with me, shouting out her window, I'm trying to something here, can you take, you need to take that shit elsewhere, you need to take that, oh fuck you bitch, it's a public street. Unreal. Would have I ever expected that in a million years to happen? No, nobody would. Nobody would. Not even in the countryside, okay? Would you expect that to happen? Okay? Joe works from home, and if he wants to have his windows and doors open while he's working from home, he knows that he might have to hear stuff he doesn't want to hear. Like the blasting, blaring rap music he heard while he was working in his yard. He wasn't working, but he was working in his yard. What can he do about it? Nothing. But he related that to my shit, and he was in shock, and he just, people are nuts. They're children. That's what he said. Laura, people are children. Okay? Immature fucking, you think the world revolves around them? She would have called the police. I called the fucking police. But I didn't want the police coming either. I don't want them coming and say who I was. I just was running it by them, and then I had some new person, and he's like, can I have your information? I'm just the person answers the phone. Well, this is supposed to be the non-emergency line. You're supposed to be able to answer shit. I've called before. I've called when there was a dead animal when I'm walking and it needs to become picked up. It shouldn't be left on the sidewalk. And I didn't call the first day I saw it. I called when it stayed there for days, and then I called, you know. Or broken lights, broken street lights. Make my life more difficult because I have, you know, trying to cross and, oh, I'm sorry, you know, trying not to get hit by a car. What a crime. But it gets taken care of. If I didn't call, nobody would do anything about it. So. My mom goes places and does things, so I get time to myself. And when she does that, I shut the goddamn phone off. I don't want to hear from the professionals in her life. I don't want to hear from her. She'll fill up my voicemail and I won't even